Hello my friends, it is time for one little word, the May prompt, and the prompt for this month was to go on a little treasure hunt from our previous months and try and make a manifesto. Now there is a sheet as well for core values that you will see me kind of go through later, but I do this pretty much every month. I go through and look at the previous months before I sit down to do my project each month. It just helps me check in with my word. And what I will say is, I think I'm going to do this a bit more often, and I'm going to try and put something in my journal, maybe like a little tab or a little thing, like how is my word showing up in the week? So you can see me here, I'm going through the months from January, February, March, and April, and I get to the bingo card that we did in February, and I realize that I've actually checked off a couple more things. So I just kind of put a little sticker over those. So the plan was to just kind of go through the months and just write down anything that kind of spoke to us. So you can see me here, I've written down believe in the magic, I create magic, and then my supporting companion words show up as open, sparkle, make. One word that is popping up a lot is space and simplicity, and you'll see me, I actually put that in my manifesto. But I've got make an effort in me, be fearless, be delulu, listen to music. I tend to get a little, I want to say like, how can I be productive? Like, I want to be more productive. And I tend to get a little too into that. And I want to make time to just relax and listen to music as well as do my audiobooks. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to move on to the core values. And the whole purpose of this was to just, like in the videos, like Lucretia said to go quick. And I think that was the one thing that I noticed that she did. Like, and I even mentioned this in the Zoom. It was either a yes or a no. It was a hard yes or a hard no. And she went through it very quick. There was no dwelling on it, which I tend to do a lot of. I just felt like the words that I wanted weren't on this list. But I stuck to the list and ended up like, I think I had like 15 or something. I had way too many because you're supposed to get like down to 10 and then down to 3 to 5, maximum 3 to 5. And you can see me here, I'm highlighting, I think it was creation, structure. I was struggling to really nail down what was important to me right now. And that was the other thing that kind of came up, like the core values. It's not for who I want to be, it's where am I at right now? And I want fun. I want to trust in the process. That is what I've just been doing. Just, just carry on doing what you're doing. Just trust that things will happen. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, but I need the structure of a routine and a plan and habits. So I ended up like, okay, things are kind of going, and I put enjoyment rather than fun. And it's not that I don't want fun, but I just hope it makes sense. Like, there was something about enjoy that was different to fun. I don't know. It was just a weird, like my brain just went, I don't think that's the right word. And there was openness, and I think it was simplicity. And I was like, I want both of those. So I know that I want to put this core values sheet in my project album. So I'm taking everything from the notes that I've made and I'm just writing those on the back. But yeah, I want less stuff. I want more time to create because I've got so many ideas. I just need to get the time to do them. And when I have the time, I'm going to be honest, I generally just waste it. I generally just waste it doing other stuff. But it's just about embracing the magic and just trusting in it. Just trusting in it. So that is the core values sheet done, and each month I've been saving these vellums from the Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards, putting those in as my dividers, if you like, for the month. And I thought this one was appropriate for May because it said, you are exactly where you need to be. And let me tell you, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. So I'm going to put those in, and then I disappear off into Canva for a bit, and I make some fun things in Canva using the One Little Word digital kit. So again, you can see me here. I've got that core values sheet, and I want to put it in the little pockets in the divider. So I'm going to put it in the back of the, I think I put it in the May pocket. So yeah, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, I can make the white be more prominent by just refolding it. So that's what I did. And then I went and was trying to figure out what I wanted. I ended up like printing some things out from the digital kit. So I made the whole of my page in Canva. So this page with the circles on is in the One Little Word digital kit. I think in the kit it is a 6x8. I just shrunk it down to the size that I needed because the max size I can do on this width-wise with the dividers that I've chosen, I think it was like 5 1/4 or something. So it's slightly shorter, which is fine. And then I made some little inserts to go into the pocket page, using, again, the digitals from the kit. And you can see that I've got a little circle that I've done twice. I'm going to punch that out. I think I ended up cutting it out. And I just put, like, pop dot that so that it's got some dimensional adhesive. And the do the work, I'm going to put that on the core values sheet. I just was trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to put in there that's going to go on the front of it? And you can see me here, I'm just fiddling around with this circle. And in the end, I do all this little thing. And in the end, I just cut it out with scissors. Again, sometimes I overthink. And I think that's the one thing that I took away from the classes this month. Stop overthinking it. You don't need it to be perfect. You just need to get it done. And it's something that I'm trying to embrace, but I struggle with that because I want things to be perfect. I want it to look, quote, just right. So, and it doesn't, and that's fine. So I'm going to put the dimensional adhesive on, and then I just literally pop it over the same place. So you can see here on the blue sheet, I've got some like word art. Some of that is from the One Little Word kit, and then some of it is from other stuff. So it says currently feeling, and then there was a blank about this word. And I put curiosity. Other things on my manifesto: enjoy the everyday moments, trust in the magic. It says create, do what you love what you do. That is actually a word art that I have in my office here. It says simplicity of more space and in being open. And it says loving routine and structure. Because again, like my brain is like a pinball machine, like it's just bouncing around from one thing to another. But when I have the structure and the routine, it helps kind of encase it and contain it. So I need the structure, and then I go through the structure and I love it, and then I start rebelling and I hate the structure. So it is never easy, it is never done. So you can see me here, I've got the final piece, and I'm trying to figure out what I want underneath that doing the work. And I end up going through so much in my stash, trying to figure out something that would go with the blue on that right-hand side, but would also work well under the doing the work thing. And I pick out this One Little Word vellum. I stamped this, I think it was like 2 years ago. It was so long ago, and I just stamped it on vellum over and over again. It's a stamp from one of Ali's kits. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like one of the little quarterly kits. And I just thought, you know, that's fine. Just going to do that. Stop overthinking it. Stop dwelling. So you can see here I've got that front page, and I'm trying to find something to go on that middle bit. And Tinkerbell has been my little, I don't know, again, magic, right? She's a little fairy. She's full of magic. I'm just going to put her on. I'm going to put some little sparkles on and put a quote on, and then I call it done. So I'm just going to do that, and then I leave it and call it good. Like, that's all I need. On the back side of that blue page, I think I'm going to put a photo. Might be a full-size photo. I don't know yet. I'm just going to put a photo and call it done. So that is my project for May. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!